Have you ever experienced a coincidence that felt too perfect to be just coincidence? You've been mulling over a problem for days, then one cold winter morning you're sitting on the edge of your bed reading a novella, and suddenly a certain sentence fits that very problem. How can that be? Today, we explore the profound concept of synchronicities, those moments when the universe seems to be sending a signal just for you. If you're watching this video, it could be a synchronicity in itself, a sign that you're about to develop a deeper understanding of your life path. The term synchronicity may seem like a simple word at first glance, but it conceals a deep, almost mystical meaning. It was coined by Carl Jung, a Swiss psychiatrist whose thoughts transcended the boundaries of psychology and entered the realms of philosophy and mysticism. Jung, a thinker of enormous depth, viewed the world not as a series of random events, but as an orchestrated concert of fate, in which every event has a deeper meaning. He believed in the meaningful alignment of events, an idea that goes far beyond the concept of chance. Imagine walking down a busy city street, lost in thought about an old friend you haven't seen in years. Suddenly, as if by a miracle, you see this very friend on the opposite side of the street. A mere coincidence? Jung would say it's more. It's synchronicity, a whispering hint from the universe, a hidden network of meanings that connects our seemingly independent experiences. But Jung was not alone in this view. The idea of synchronicity is found in many cultures and philosophies around the world. Think of ancient civilizations, such as the Egyptians, the Greeks, or the Mayans. They all saw more than mere coincidences in the alignment of celestial bodies, in the patterns of nature, and in the cycles of life. They saw patterns and omens, messages from the gods or fate. But how does synchronicity work? Is it really possible for the universe to give us signs? And if so, how can we recognize and interpret them? It's a concept that fascinates and challenges in equal measure. Some may argue that it is a matter of selective perception, a human effort to see patterns in the chaos. But for adherents of synchronicity theory, these events are windows to a deeper truth, a mystery to be unraveled. Synchronicity is not just a concept of the past. In the modern world, dominated by science and technology, the idea of synchronicity may seem like a relic of a bygone era, but it lives on in the stories we tell, in the coincidences we experience, and in the moments when life surprises us. It challenges us to think outside the box, to recognize the hidden connections in our lives. Think of synchronicity as a gentle but firm hand of the universe, guiding us towards our true destiny. It is these small but meaningful moments that make us marvel and feel like we are part of a greater, hidden plan. Think about the last time you were walking through the streets, lost in thought about an old friend, and suddenly, out of nowhere, your phone rings and that exact name appears on the display. Or the time you were pondering an important life decision and unexpectedly stumbled across a book that seemed to offer answers to your deepest questions. These events appear to be coincidences at first, but they are actually synchronicities, meaningful connections waiting for us to notice them. These moments are like beacons in the fog of everyday life, showing us the way. They remind us that there is more between heaven and earth than we can grasp with our rational minds. In the world of synchronicity, there are no coincidences. Every event, every encounter has a deeper meaning, and if we are attentive, we can recognize and interpret the subtle clues of the universe. But how exactly can we recognize and interpret these signs? It starts with an open mind and an attentive heart. When we free ourselves from the shackles of pure logic and view the world through a more magical, intuitive prism, new avenues of understanding open up. Synchronicity invites us to listen to our intuition, to the quiet voices that we often ignore in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. These meaningful coincidences are like puzzle pieces of a bigger picture. Sometimes this picture may seem unclear or confusing, but each piece helps to complete the overall picture. The challenge lies in recognizing the connection between these seemingly unrelated events and understanding how they fit into the mosaic of our lives. Recognizing synchronicities can be a transformative experience, a key moment in our personal growth process. They often occur at pivotal moments in our lives, as if they were gentle but insistent cues from the universe offering guidance, reassurance, or warning. But how exactly can we learn to recognize these subtle but powerful signals and navigate our lives with greater mindfulness and purpose? Synchronicities serve as a mirror to our innermost thoughts, feelings, and desires. They are like an echo of our deepest self that is reflected in the events around us. For example, if we are thinking about an important life decision and suddenly see signs everywhere that seem to be related to that decision, it may not be a coincidence. It could be an indication that we are on the right path, or a warning signal that we should pause and reconsider our choice. But how do you develop such mindfulness? It starts with a willingness to be open and receptive to the messages of the universe. Meditation, reflection, and keeping a journal can be helpful tools to sharpen our awareness of these signs. It's about being present in each moment and paying attention to the small, often overlooked details that can provide clues to our deeper purpose. Synchronicity also teaches us to have faith in the flow of life. It encourages us to follow the path the universe has in store for us, feeling a sense of connection and purpose. It's as if the universe is quietly whispering to us, "Trust the process. You are on the right path." Discovering synchronicities in our everyday lives can be like a treasure hunt in which we learn to discover and interpret the hidden gems of coincidence. The key to this lies in practicing mindfulness and being open to the unexpected. But how exactly can we develop and hone this ability? The practice begins with developing an attitude of mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present in each moment, without judgment and with an openness to what is happening. It is an invitation to not just go through life, but to consciously experience and observe every moment. When we are mindful, we begin to notice the subtle threads that weave our experiences together. Another effective method is to keep a synchronicity journal. Every time you notice a small coincidence or unexpected event, make a note of it. It doesn't matter how insignificant it seems. The goal is to develop an awareness of these events. Over time, this journal can become a valuable tool for recognizing patterns and messages that would otherwise go unnoticed. Reflection is another important aspect of this practice. Take time regularly to reflect on the events in your journal. Are there any recurring themes or symbols? Can you make connections to your thoughts, feelings, or life situations? This reflection can offer profound insights into your personal journey and choices. Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist is a rich work full of symbolic synchronicities that guide Santiago, the protagonist, on his journey. Two striking examples illustrate this impressively. The first example is Santiago's dream of a treasure at the foot of the pyramids, a recurring motif that drives the story. This dream is more than just a nighttime fantasy. It is a sparkling example of a synchronicity that leads Santiago to leave his familiar home and embark on an uncertain journey. Here we see how an inner vision, manifesting in outer life, serves as a guide for personal development and discovery. Santiago's decision to follow his dream shows us how synchronicities can encourage us to take bold steps towards our true destiny. The second example is the encounter with the King of Salem, Melchizedek, who tells Santiago about the personal legend, the idea that each person has a unique, predetermined path in life. This encounter is a crucial synchronicity, as it not only confirms Santiago's instinctive aspirations, but also provides him with the philosophical and spiritual foundation to continue his journey. Melchizedek's words and gifts, especially the Urim and Thummim, stones for decision-making, are symbolic tools that help Santiago to pay attention to the signs of the universe on his journey. These two examples illustrate how synchronicities in Coelho's work act as catalysts for personal development and life choices. They are not just random events, but profound experiences that lead Santiago to look beyond the horizon of his previous life and embark on a journey that is both an external and internal transformation. The symbolism in The Alchemist is rich and complex, especially in relation to synchronicities. The dream of the pyramids represents not only a physical goal, but also the search for personal fulfillment and spiritual enlightenment. The encounter with Melchizedek, on the other hand, highlights the importance of realizing that we all have a predetermined path. These synchronicities are embedded in a deeper metaphysical reality that indicates that the universe works in a mysterious but orderly way, and that our dreams and encounters with others are actually clues to our true path in life. These lessons and synchronicities from The Alchemist can be applied to our modern lives. They teach us to pay attention to the signs in our lives, be they recurring dreams, chance encounters, or profound conversations, and to see them as signposts. By learning to recognize and interpret these signs, we can make choices that lead us not only to outer success, but also to inner fulfillment and self-realization. Sarah and John's stories are vivid examples of how synchronicities can take the helm of our lives. These stories are not only inspiring anecdotes, but they also embody the deeper principles of synchronicity as explored by Carl Jung. Sarah's story begins with an accidental find, a book about painting. This book wasn't just an object, it was a spark that reignited her long-forgotten passion for art. This moment of synchronicity, finding a book that corresponded so perfectly with her repressed artistic inclinations, can be seen as a clear example of Jung's theory. Jung believed that such seeming coincidences are actually meaningful convergences of the inner and outer, pointing to a deeper order and connection in our universe. For Sarah, this book was more than an accidental discovery. It was a sign from the universe, a callback to her true calling as an artist. John's story is similarly illuminating. He encountered repeated references to a distant land, whether through conversations, books, or chance encounters. These repeated encounters were not mere coincidences, but synchronicities that eventually led him to visit that land. There he found not only a new adventure, but also the love of his life. According to Jung, such series of seemingly unrelated but meaningful events are indications that our unconscious is connected to the outside world in a mysterious way. For John, these synchronicities were signposts that led him to a decisive life change. Carl Jung explored the idea that the unconscious is not only a personal, but also a collective phenomenon. He argued that synchronicities are manifestations of this collective unconscious that mysteriously interacts with events in our physical world. In the stories of Sarah and John, we see how personal inner states and outer events coincide in a way that goes beyond mere coincidence. These events are expressions of a deeper reality in which our inner thoughts and feelings are aligned with the outer world. These case studies demonstrate how we can integrate Jung's concepts into our own lives. They teach us to pay attention to the small but meaningful signs in our everyday lives, be they recurring dreams, unexpected encounters, or chance discoveries. By recognizing and interpreting these signs, we can learn to understand more about our own desires and aspirations and make choices that move us forward on our true life path. The question of how synchronicities can be used to achieve personal goals and whether thoughts can materialize reality opens up a fascinating field between psychology, philosophy, and spirituality. Synchronicities can be understood as a compass that guides us on our way to our goals. They are like signals that show us whether we are on the right path. In order to use these signs, it is important to have a clear idea of our goals and aspirations. Once we know what we want to achieve, we can pay more attention to the signs that the universe sends us. The idea that thoughts can materialize reality is a central theme in many spiritual and philosophical traditions. This view is also echoed in modern concepts, such as the law of attraction, which states that positive thoughts attract positive results. Although this idea is controversial in the scientific community, many people believe that a strong, focused mindset plays an essential role in the realization of goals. To effectively use synchronicities to achieve goals, one might consider the following steps. First, clearly define what you want to achieve. The clearer the goal, the easier it is to recognize relevant synchronicities. Secondly, develop mindfulness of your surroundings and be open to new experiences. Synchronicities often offer new perspectives or solutions that we have not previously considered. Thirdly, when you come across a potential synchronicity, take time to reflect on it and interpret its meaning in relation to your goals. Fourth, use the insights you gain from synchronicities to take concrete steps towards your goals. Fifth, maintain a positive attitude and believe in the feasibility of your goals. An optimistic mindset can help maintain motivation and overcome challenges. While scientific research has not yet provided definitive evidence for the materialization of reality through thought, many psychological studies emphasize the power of attitude. For example, a positive attitude can lead to higher resilience, better health, and greater chances of success. This at least partially supports the idea that our inner attitude can have a significant impact on our experiences and outcomes in life. Imagine that the universe is speaking to you, not with words but through synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that occur in your life. These events are not just simple coincidences, they are messages that help you to live your life more consciously and purposefully. They are part of a larger mysterious fabric, an indication that your life is intimately connected to the universe. When you understand and embrace these synchronicities, you open yourself up to a life that is more aligned with your true self and your deepest intentions. They are like signposts that illuminate your path and riddles that invite you to delve deeper into the mystery of your existence. They challenge you to look beyond the everyday horizon and to recognize and appreciate the magical, often inexplicable aspects of your life. Remember that every encounter, every seemingly random moment in your life has the potential to be a significant clue to your life's path. They are invitations from the universe for you to expand your perspective and realize that your life is part of a wonderful, ever-unfolding mystery. So let these signs guide and inspire you. They are proof that life is full of magic and hidden connections. Accept these invitations from the universe, seek and explore these connections, and try to understand them. Your life is an infinitely precious mystery, and you are an active participant in this fascinating universal dance. If you are open to the language of the universe, you will find that synchronicities are more than mere coincidences. They are your personal dialogue with the universe, a dialogue that helps you to live your life with more awareness, clarity, and purpose. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you were able to learn valuable things that you will carry with you forever.